So this is Julia, who I believe has her own documentary in the Santa Barbara Film Festival.
Yes.
What's your documentary about, Julia?
Yeah, so our documentary is Will You Remember Me? I was the producer. The film follows Colleen Cove, who's a nurse in a kind of nursing home, so end-of-life care, helping those with dementia and Alzheimer's. Very heavy-set experience, and helping those in hospice get to that next phase in a peaceful manner.
Oh, it's wonderful. And it's on again this evening, is it?
Yes, it'll be at Metro 4,
Right.
and it'll be showing at 5:20 this evening. And there will be a Q&A before and after.
Right.
And with the director, myself, as well as our main subject, Colleen.
And tell us how you came to make this film. Like, why is it important to you?
Yes, of course. So I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design, and there I actually met my team that eventually went to make on this documentary. The director, Will, this was a story that he's been wanting to tell for a while. His connection to this facility, to our subject, she is his aunt, and so he was kind of raised with this mentality of how we should care for others, and that's kind of where our subject was of theme. We wanted to help those that are kind of show where communities really set in, and how we can help those of all different ages, and kind of bring light to a very hard thing that a lot of us actually have connections and experience with. I know two of my grandmothers had it, and almost everyone can find someone in their lives that it applies to.
Yeah. It's a fascinating subject, because I know that at the University of Los Angeles, Professor Mark Mattson, they're doing a lot of research into age-related illness and the way intermittent fasting or energy restriction can help you, stimulates the neurons. So I think you're in the right place for this. But they say that fasting can help you live a lot longer.
Yes, that's something they actually, Colleen, she goes above and beyond her job in how she engages, like with better food options, a lot of engagement with her patients, especially because they're still very much there in their own way, and they just aren't able to really express that and communicate that with the dementia and the Alzheimer's. And so she wants to be there and help them still have that normalcy that we still get to experience. And so she is always engaging with new foods. Music is such a huge thing, and like helping them sing. The woman she helps in our film is actually an opera singer. She's 100 years old, so music was very, very big to our story as well.
That's great. Which, like I say, it's such an invidious situation to be in, but one that we could all be at some stage. But in the UK about 10 years ago, they had a thing called reality orientation, informal, for where they would put up the dates, etc., the time, for example, who's the Queen, where are you, time, place and person. But they discovered later on they stopped doing this because it's basically defeating the meaning of dementia. If someone hasn't got the cognitive ability to know where they are, it's you're fighting a losing battle there, But we really wish you luck with this film and everything, and it's something that's got to be spoken about. No one likes to talk about these things like death and that, but it's got to be spoken about.
Well, I did a documentary in 2004 about HIV in South Africa, and it's also it's not a pleasant subject. Like, people don't want to really hear about it, and so it's really hard to get attention to these kind of films because people are facing something that's difficult to face. And so I do think that attention needs to be brought to films like Julia's, so that you can actually see that these films can help people understand by vicariously seeing through somebody else's experience that there's value here, and we do need to face these things.
Yes, I totally agree. It was, that was part of our reason of making the story, was like all of us as crew members, and being in our young 20s, it was, we were seeing our grandparents with that, but our parents had also experienced with their grandparents and their parents, and we were seeing that community, and it was something that was very impactful for each person that's seen it so far, because they are able to connect with it and know that what they are doing is good and what they can do more of.
And it isn't necessarily an age-related thing, because you can get, for example, Alzheimer's, one of the dementias, in your 40s. I've seen someone in their 40s, and I think it's very low, about 1% hereditary factor. Like with what runs in my family, not yet touch wood, is Parkinson's disease. There's always a genetic predisposition there. But I think the work that Professor Mattson's doing at the university is wonderful work, though. And it's something. Fasting is hard, but it can just do so much good for the body.
More like an intermittent fasting?
Intermittent fasting, yeah. Because I think there was a British soldier, who holds the world record, did 60 days, became a Buddhist. But I mean, that's a bit over the top.
Yes.
And you have to become, first thing, a masochist to do this. Not a good idea. But yeah, you're doing great work, Julie. We wish we have it. And being here is just a lovely experience in itself. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.